I performed at a jinn's wedding. Hello, I am Noura Al Tagaga, and this is my story. I was a 1990s Kuwaiti singer and drummer. I possessed a voice that could enrapture even the most elusive of beings. There was no one in Kuwait who didn't know my name. I would be frequently booked to perform at weddings of elites, parties, and many other large-scale events. One random day, I received a phone call for an inquiry. As usual, I introduced myself and told the caller about what I do. The caller then asked me whether my band and I were available for a performance at a wedding or not. I agreed to the proposal because we were free that day. Back in those times, weddings were hosted in houses unlike now. As the day came, along with my band, we went to the location. Upon approaching the residence, we could see that it was, in fact, a massive mansion decked out in lavish trimmings. We rang the bell and were welcomed inside by a lady. Many women came to greet me and my band because I was popular and well-known. As they kissed on the cheeks, one of my bandmates noticed that the women's cheeks were very hot, like they all had a fever, and had a very manly feel. Not paying much attention to the strangeness, we proceeded and performed. While we were just 30 minutes into our performance, one of my bandmates became pale because of the sight she just saw. She saw women dancing with hands full of hair, and when their skirts moved a little bit up, she noticed that the women had legs of lamb stabbed with knives and forks. My bandmate was understandably shaken by the sight, so I reassured her, "Don't worry, we'll be done soon. If we cause chaos, they'll be suspicious, and who knows what they might do." We continued performing, and as a few minutes passed, the bride and groom came and sat on chairs placed inside a figure with a wide-open mouth. Within 5 minutes of the bride and groom's arrival, the lights went out, and it was completely dark. That is when we found the time to escape. First my bandmate ran, and then, along with the rest of the singers and musicians, I too ran for our lives. We didn't bother to gather all our belongings, rather, we only took the essentials. We successfully escaped the mansion and ran until we were stopped by a man who found it unusual that a group of women were running like that at 3 in the night. As he further interrogated me, I narrated to him the whole incident. However, the man proceeded to tell us that the mansion had been abandoned for many years and no one lived there. After listening to this whole incident, the man also started to get chills down his spine. Still, the man was kind enough to give us a safe ride to our place. That was the day I left my profession. My melodies resonated not only with mortals but also with the ethereal beings that existed beyond our perception.